I don't think we have too many today, so we're going to be opening up the house party, and we will keep it really brief, really not too long today, because Vichy's a hella sleepy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, man needs sleep. You know, it's a little dark here too, just thought I'd pop in real quick, you know, going over a little bit of review style thing. Sorry that is gonna be a little bit delayed. I'm just gonna quickly grab some water or something. Grab a beer from the fridge, and let's hope we got some of that energy flowing, folks. Alright, let's see. In fact, I've got some silly ideas for next time. Actually, I wanna try it out. I'm gonna let you guys know in a little bit. Welcome to the stream. Hi. There's actually something else I wanna demonstrate as well, real quick. Let me see if I can quickly open this up over here. Alright, there's gonna be a little spooky. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, the thing that I had in mind. Okay. I'm gonna quickly demonstrate it real quick. Alright? Watch. So, I'm just trying out like this new little software. I've not actually used it properly yet. But I do want to see how it would work out. So, if this works out well, then I think we could have a lot of fun with it. Okay. Let me just quickly try this out. Where is it? Give me one moment. I shan't be long. Okay, let's see. Alright, just need to get this prepped, and we're gonna take a look at some tracks together. Then after that, I want to see, we just quickly do this. Okay, and okay. Alright, I'm gonna try something this time, right? I'm gonna change my thing. Okay, so the way this works is apparently if I do need to show you guys something really cool, like, okay, like, for example, if I'm going to be changing something over here, like this level or something, but I want you guys to know that you need to look at one of these channels over here, then what I could essentially do is actually just keep my gaze over here while keeping my, you know, is this broken again? Okay, there we go. So it's somewhat following my eyes now. In the worst way possible. Alright, but it's trying. Okay. So I'm looking at my master channel now, or main channel, and then now I'm going to move it to the record takes thing. Yeah, that's a little fishy. Let me see if I can fix that up real quick. Here we go. Maybe I gotta move over here. All right. Okay, place that there. I thank you for your patience. I apologize. It's taken a little minute. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, no, it's still not working too well. God damn it. I was hoping it would have worked much nicer than that, but apparently not. The way it's supposed to work is that, like I said, if I'm going to be like changing some parameters over here, I can take a look at that parameter, which is fine, but sometimes there are situations where you'll notice that like, okay, I need to take a look at these different things or these different elements while I'm tweaking these ones over here, you know? So it was gonna be one of those ideas where I just kind of like look down there, like that, and then do something over here. But yeah, so that was a little idea that I, you know, wanted to try out. And next week I wanted to try out maybe doing something along the lines of like maybe a vertical live stream, maybe some sort of a challenge, you know, something a little bit interesting where Ableton will be kept at like you know, where is it? So Ableton would be kept in a really tiny freaking format, right? We're having it in a way where it would be maybe like this small, right? Just so that we can kind of do something a little bit more. Let me close this. If I keep it like this small vertically, it could be one of those things where working within the confines of that could make something a little bit interesting. And also watchable on the phone. I want to see if I can make that, you know, make it a little accessible. So yeah, so there's a couple of ideas that I wanted to try out. And let me know if you guys, you know, have anything in mind in regards to that. We'll do the stream for another, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes. If there's something up, then I guess we'll continue. If not, then you know, depending on if people tune in today. Yeah. Oh, so now this thing decides to sort of follow my eyes. But either way, I'm probably not going to use it like that anyways. Something that I'll probably be using it as is a bit more like that. So I just need to turn that thing off. Yeah, so I can just kind of be like, alright, I'm looking somewhere down there at my master. So this is like a bigger circle, so it doesn't really, you know, should just be easier to tell where the site is. And if I do that, I can still tweak whatever and see what's going on to that signal. You know, just temporarily, just like being able to switch between the two different, you know, like focus mode versus unfocused. Yeah. You know, just gonna okay, let me see. Wonder if I can just grab a house party and see what's up. Drag train. Okay, I know De Niro, he showed that Kesha song. I'm wondering if there's been improvements or balancing in verse 2 added. I'm a little curious. I am having a little bit of trouble keeping up. I remember the drop on this one was a little odd. Okay. Okay, this one had the stuff cleaned up a little bit. That's good. So this is a little bit newer. Um, I wonder, right? Because I was sent the stems for this one, so what I want to see is what it would be like if I just, you know, try to replace the media, and it depends, right? We'll have to see how long it is. So let me go on to that real quick. Is this being broken? There we go. All right. Let me get this thing open. But track train. Wait, did it finish downloading then? Decrypting? Okay, sure. Do that, I guess. In the meantime, we will keep this menu. All right, I'm just confirming something really quickly, and then yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's make sure you guys can see as much of that as possible. File open. Dragon. Sweet. Let's see how that's gonna be like. I hope that the media thing will be a seamless process. But if it's able to potentially save a lot of time, then why not? Because naming everything again, oh boy, wouldn't that be a pain in the ass? Let's see. Let me open up this one here. Sorry, that was just a meme. Where is this? If I download this, completed, sweet. Let's open that up. All right, stems. Okay. Let's see. I think. Let me really quickly compare, because we had a little bit of a drop, didn't we? We had. Let me stop the music real quick. Okay. You're pulling me through. My focus is you. Okay, now I see. That's exactly what the thing was. So the issue we had was basically one of the chords weren't hitting right. Like it was starting on that thing a bit differently. So I'm just gonna really quickly check that. Extract all. Okay. It's like 1.2 gigabyte stems. It's gonna take a minute. Let's see. Stems. Okay. So from what I can see over here, here are the stems. We're gonna try to get them all in. And if they are the same size, we're okay. We're gonna be okay. If they're not, and by size I mean like the length, right? No, apparently not. Oh right, he's added an entire verse or something, didn't he? Okay, fine. Guess we'll just do this manually. Or alternatively, can we rename these? Focus underscore BG, right? Fair enough. Focus underscore BG. All right. Let's try to change the directories of this stuff, right? Where's the media manager, file manager? All right. Organize all the files, movies, presets, clips, whatever. View files. So we have all of these files over here. All right. Let's give this a shot. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Control A, Control C, go into the actual Dragon thing. Where is it? I think we're just gonna go right into Dragon's folder and see how that turned out. Stems. This is where he's got all of his stems, huh? Alright, so I'm just gonna try to zip these up into something old. Oh, is it gonna be lame to me? I try to move them in here, is it gonna say it's opened by another program? You can't do that. Oh boy. Let's see. Move to old. Great, it did it without any issue. Let's just paste this in here and hope to God it doesn't notice that we just switched out the files. Alright. Hi, Dragon. Hope you're doing okay. I am so sleepy. We'll try to keep this stream very brief. I'm hoping one pint, and then we call it. These are. My focus is you. Yeah, it didn't. It was. It got figured out what happened. Shite. Okay, maybe I have to zip this. That's what it is. If I zip it, maybe it will, you know, maybe it will just think that the other files are what we're trying to do. We're kind of like screwing around quite a bit over here right now. We're trying to trick Ableton into thinking that, you know, the files that it thinks it's supposed to use are different files. Let me just delete this folder. So these stems should be, wait, the flip, MA streams, Dragon's here, untitled project, stems. Okay. I had an extra copy of his stems. Just gonna make a whole thing like before, and now we should get the issue where it's like, oh, you're using them files, man. Please don't. Just 1 or 2, 3. Okay, while it's doing that, let's see if we can fix the error of our ways. We could do that, or just one or three new tracks in the stem folder. I would have thought, but I have a feeling they're all different lengths. I think that, I mean, I'm guessing, but if you've only changed 2 or 3 tracks, then there's a little bit of an issue, right? Because then there's not really full length stems, and we're gonna have to like place them. Oh yeah, look, it is. See, it says like, oh no, it's open in Lab 12. That's okay. We just need to close the set then and reload it with the new files. You know what would have been faster? It would have just made sense to just drag them manually. It would have been done by now, but look at me trying to be a smartass. Try again. Sweet, that was fast. I was wondering why it was taking so long. It's an NVMe. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is. Alright. Okay, the stems folder is in here. We're just gonna zip it up. Press the zip. Okay, while it's doing that, let's get these stems. We're not even gonna copy it, we're just gonna drag it in here because... Fine, move it. Here we go. Completely new, just 2 vocal tracks and an effects track. Dragon. Let's open that. Next week I want to try doing something a little bit weird. I want to try doing the stream vertically. Wouldn't that be interesting, huh? I mean, if you do a vertical stream, hey, it works out really nice on your phone, but it is a pain in the ass to... Yeah, so I want to see if I'm able to pull that off. Look at that, look at that. With all these tracks, they've got all that extra stuff in there now. See? So we just need to send those back out. Because of all that new material that you've got cooking in there. The piano, I have no idea what happened to that piano. Bloody hell. Is that an old piano? Piano's still the same? Okay. Let's bring these out too. I'm just gonna guess all of these should work as well if I just... No? Okay. I don't know why. So the base, one of the base layers, not there. For some odd reason. I'll see if like it's stored somewhere at least. Focus main. Let's take a look at your stems, homie. Focus elemento main vocals. Oh, you just named it main vocals. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna replace this then. I'm assuming main means main vocals. Alright. Left hats, right hats. So how have you decided to do this? Left, right, A, B, C, D, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, right tops. Left, so instead of hats, you've now called them tops. Great. So let's do that now. Right tops. Tops. Jesus. Focus base layer. Alright. Did you seriously just add an S to it? And then... I'm gonna assume it's just a base. No. Where did it go? I need to close some of these things. There's way too much crap. Metadata editor. Alright. Warble Reese. I'm gonna just put the base layers in there and hope to God that's what you meant. Because I would put more time in, but let's see. Flux. Wait. Excuse me? You have the warble. Oh, so there's more things in here now. Oh, you wanted me to start all the way from the beginning, huh? Well, let's take a look. We have the pluck. See if there's a pluck somewhere. Digi-pluck. Okay, I'm assuming that's the pluck. So I'm just gonna place that here. I'm guessing. There should be a piano somewhere. Piano 2. Alright. This is not therapeutic. This is boring. Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't know if there's any more newer tracks. But one way to tell is see how many items have an ASD collected for it. 29. And there should be, whoa, 37. There's more things. Therapeutic on your end, yeah, absolutely. No, honestly, like doing it, like, it's really good to sort out your tracks. You're trying to decode how you did it. Maybe that might be a little. Okay. Let's see what we have. You said there was a reese and a warble. Weird ass pan vocal. I'm just gonna think about that for now. Warble. We have the sub. And we have bass, just bass. So there we go. All right. So this is everything put together. That's my assumption. No, not that. Nah, don't worry, Dragon. I'm just playing. You're okay. Doesn't even take that long. What did it take us, like 20 minutes? Okay, let's see. Okay. This bass over here is really bright and crazy loud. Really lovely. But then okay, so warble, reese, and sub make up the bass bus. So this is just the bass bus over here, I'm assuming. I separated the pianos into the compressed dance piano, softer piano, and then that's all for what I changed from before. Do you have 2 digiplugs for some reason? Okay, let's see what's going on. One way to check is don't do things by date modified, but by the name of things. You do the name, you can see all of the. So Focus Dragon, I'm sure that's the full song. Pluck has an ASD, everything has an ASD apart from the Focus Reese. That does not have. Yeah, so I gotta create a track for that. Reese. There we go. And then I think that should be it. Everything has been put in now. Oh, Dragon is a tag. Oh gods, this will be interesting. Let's see what this tag sounds like. Okay, I need to grab a beer so I don't fall asleep. Okay, let's put this here. See what Dragon sounds like. Okay, maybe it's supposed to sound like something with other things. Bloody hell. Okay, what is this? Is that some weird vocoder AI thing? Like, it doesn't even say D correctly. It's like Reagan. Okay, if it blends, let's see. Let's see how it blends, bro. I'm curious now. Cute, dude. Oh, Vocaloid. Yeah, I just didn't think you'd use it in such a weird way. Okay, I'm gonna remove the tag for now. We can add it back in later properly and imprint it into the track. For now, let's. Da-da. Alright, I'm just gonna clean up this bass stuff. This is the Reese. Okay, so you told me Warble, Reese, and Sub. These make up the bass bus, so these three. Now, which one is the bass bus? This bass or the layers? So I'm assuming they're both roughly the same. Okay, if they're the same, then I guess we can just delete these two. Actually, for now, I don't even know. So bass layers is Warble and Release. Bass is all three. Okay, so I don't need either of them then. Alright, so I'm just gonna put them away. Everything go into the buses. I don't need these buses. I'm not a bus driver. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, so this is the track. These are all the buses moved out of the way. So I hope this is gonna be no surprises, alright? Let's see how this turns out. Okay. This is already extremely loud and is blowing my ears. So first thing we're gonna do is just go to an area with some kicks. And we'll start with some kicks because why? Oh, bloody hell. Alright, let's mute the crap out of everything. Turn everything off. We don't need anything. We'll just do the little things. Little things. We'll start with some drums, then we'll add some other layers on, and throughout this track you'll notice that, like, hey, things are opening up. We're starting to see things come more to life. We'll see a little before and a little after. Yeah? Okay. Just gonna make this stuff. Okay, of course Ableton's gonna be like that, so I guess I'll just get started. Alright. Reese shouldn't be that loud. Yeah, no, of course not. It should definitely not be that loud. Alright, your kick's at negative 6.29. The kicks are pumping through. Boons, oons, oons. 6.3 is fine. Wait, is it not doing anything? Oh, right. 1.5. There you go. It's a lot closer to it now. 1.49. See, when you get into those nitty-gritties, it's trying to make that exact unnecessary, but it's okay. Alright. I'm gonna pretend that I'm content with this for now. Let's add in a sub. Okay, the thing with this Reese, the whole point of it is to kind of like, that second one, that's just the grit. And so we don't want to like be crazy with it. This Reese is the soft one, it's the nice one. So we can start off with that. I'm just gonna turn this down over here because I don't want to go freaking deaf while I like blast this. It's good to have your volume control, folks. Gotta do that right. Alright. Reese, utility. Okay, what do we have? Turn this up. And then over here as well. You see, this is giving you a little bit of that like scratchiness. Too much of that is gonna sound a bit too obvious, so we don't do that. You wanna let that scratchiness come through. Let it do what the texture is supposed to do. Just little. Listen to it when it just about comes up. When it starts contributing to the track. Here. Because now if I turn this off, you'll hear that. You see? That's all you need. Otherwise, things are gonna get a little convoluted. Before, these two are like this. Relative to each other, it's not all that. You know, you're gonna have other elements. You wanna keep a lot of this stuff available. Let's go into other things. What are the supers? Did we do some things before? Okay, so we have this. Okay. Cool. Okay. Still coming through. Okay. Okay, now I'm thinking these basses might be a little too loud. In fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to this one. I was generous with this for a reason. This one. This is what it was that I decided at before, being generous. maybe a decibel lower, because we need to make space for other things. Otherwise, it's gonna be... In fact, I'll turn them both a little bit lower. And then you'll have... Okay, what I'm gonna do, an easy way to mix things is like, do your low thing, mix it relative to the high thing, then your next thing to the middle high, and so on. You go down in that thing. But a bit more complicated, but slightly more easier way, a little bit, not complicated, it's just a simple, but it makes it a little bit more accurate. It's a bit like putting your pinky on the fret, on the scratch board of your guitar, you know? That's the high frequency. High frequency. Sustained. I'm gonna start going from low to high over here. So this is the lowest. And then this is a bit higher. All of this stuff is just your ear candy crap, right? What's going on here? Nothing. Cool. Atmos. I don't even know if that's necessary at the moment. You got drums, you got Vox. Great, so you'll have some Vox coming in soon. It's okay, we don't need to think about that too much. Vox will come in when they do. Just need to make sure the track's coming in nicely. Sweet. Cool. I think there should be a little bit more of a contrast. If not, blend them together. Maybe a little bit of warmth around this. Because if this is supposed to be the higher end, we're gonna make that clear. Distinguish them. We can bring back some of those too, because we realized what the weak spot was before. Made it a little bit quieter. Alright, next one is this thing. Over here, we're gonna we're gonna bring some of those highs up. Like around here. The reason why we're bringing this up is because we've gotten the warmth from the other one. We want the little bit of brightness from this one. So if we listen to this together, it's a lot easier to tell them apart. One is the warm region. And dun 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 dun. One's just plucking up there. Whereas if we turn off these EQs, they're a lot more glued together. But now we've separated them out without adding too much loudness. Creating a bit of contrast, getting some of those low-end dynamics in. A little bit of that high-end, like just a bit of that brightness back over here. Really subtle curves, just to give some distinguishedness. Alright, and this one, you can see it's just a nice low curve over here. There we go. They're so different now, right? The sounds. And if you want to make it a little bit more different, and the way we do that is we just do frequency, like anti-frequency masking. The same curves that we have over here, do something similar, but not too much, like half of it, you know? I'm gonna go bring something real quick. The basses are competing for space and just messing up the chord mix. So it's okay if things like, you know, are roughly in the same, you know, what you want to think about is the timbre, right? Whenever you are like over here, why did I do these curves? I know these look so freaking random. One might say that, oh, the reason why is because, you know, oh, if you increase this, you can lower it here. No. It's the first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to find like a region that feels that's not exactly present with the other things, even with other things playing, you know? So, for example, when I played these basses, first thing I did was boost this, right? Because I just didn't feel like this part was occupying that. You see? Just this alone adds something to that region. You see that? Is that lower region that wasn't occupied? So I'm just like, all right, well, if that lower region is not occupied, well, then let's get something else to use it. Well, if these basses aren't gonna take those regions, well, maybe this super soul can, you know, just let it, you know. And then after that, what happened was, I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, the super soul and these two, let's bring some distinguishment, like difference between the two. And then after this curve, I added a little bit of high end. I was like, okay, well, there's a sort of symmetry there, right? It's coming off almost like a mirror. I see like something down here. I can easily like make something a little bit higher up. It's like a band or two away from the original location. Because you have something which is a bit like this. Now, I could boost over here, but that's not going to have that much of a contrast. A boost over here, I'm going to have a bigger contrast, a noticeable one, you know? And if I do over here, it'll be just air. It's just gonna give it that brightness. So I'm kind of like balancing this area, like these areas versus this area for contrast, you know? 100 to 1K, you know, 1K to 10K. I'm not saying that if something is boosted around 450, you just do the same boost over here. It won't give you a contrast between the two things. But if you do a boost over here and a boost over here, it will give you a significant contrast. If you do a boost over here and a boost over here, it still gives you a lot of contrast, but it's a comfortable amount of contrast, not a piece of shit type of contrast, you know? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So over here, I'm just boosting. And how do I know this is the region to boost it? Homie, timbre. You know, I'm thinking about like, not just because this is over here, because I could have boosted, if this is over here, I could have boosted somewhere over here. You know, just look at the green one green lining if it's easier. I could have boosted it over here. I could have boosted over here. I could have boosted it anywhere. But the reason I boosted over here is because there's some timbre, like some really nice timbre here. So let me go into this view and I'll play it. Listen to that. Compared to if I boosted this. The brightness is gone, you know? Yeah, it used to be there, now it's gone. Whereas something like this, it feels too bright. It feels like air. It doesn't even feel like it's timbre, it's characteristic. Whereas something over here was good enough. It was perfect. You see what I mean? I just like tighten that up. It had like that sense of etherealness. Yeah. Give me a sec. I gotta get some water. I won't be long though. Alright. Yeah. I won't be long whatsoever. See? This bottle? It's empty. Okay, I actually brought something else with me. Okay, and else. All right. All right, let's take a look. What do we have over here? Okay. Media files are missing. You're kidding me. We just went over all the media files. Okay, it's fine. Let's see. So yeah, you can definitely see what we were going over. Yeah. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue with the bass versus this thing. So right now we just mixed these two things together. But you see how we like linked the bass area, like this region, with this thing. We found what was working with this track, which was the this one. We found a way to link it and use that to occupy something in that lower region that this was lacking. And then we created contrast between this one and this one. So now we've gotten everything pretty well audible, you know? I don't know what the frick this is supposed to be. Yeah. I have a hard time trusting this one. I have to listen to it properly. Is this one of those? Are you kidding me? Hold on. What? Bro, can you do anything right? One sec. Homie. I know you can, bro. I'm just playing. But you did mess up this pluck, I think. I think that what you've messed up with is that. Do you remember how we had last time? The MIDI issues? I think that's what happened over here. See, this. So this was supposed to start over here. Yeah. So then it would have been, you know? Alright. I swear to God. Oh, no worries, man. It happens. Let's see. So this is supposed to be the end. I'm gonna just put that over here. Okay, so now we're gonna go back into that kick. So that we can actually feel what's going on. Okay. I don't think that was intended either. I'm trying to think how that's supposed to be kind of operating. Let's add this sub in. Excuse me? What? Okay. The hell is going on? What? Okay, so this chord is da 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 da. Okay. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, I'm struggling to figure it out. I'm just gonna have to keep it in as it is for now. I mean, but the thing is that when we have these weird moments where we don't. Oh, is this just supposed to be like this? Ah. Okay. Vichy's so confused. I'm gonna lie. Did not notice that it was set to that and I exported. The current digipluck for verse 1 is a scrapped chord progression for verse 2. Is a scrapped chord prog for verse 2. Oh, you mean this is supposed to be there for the second half, but it's a scrapped one, so it wasn't supposed to be there at all. So I'm assuming we don't need these digiplucks, even though. Are these digiplucks at least similar? Okay, they are. One's basically like a little send type of thing. It is so confusing. Okay, sorry. Yeah, exporting a new one. Yeah, sure, go ahead, send it on Discord and yeah, just send it as the file if you can, just like that one. You can even send it as like an MP3 if you can't do it on Discord. If you can't send a wave on Discord, just send it as an MP3. Should be small enough. I just need to like sync it, that's all. Yeah, it should be okay. If you do send it as an MP3, please put like a clap right in the beginning, like a really sharp high frequency or even a DC offset. That'd be much appreciated. Okay. Drums. Sweet. Alright, we're gonna take a look at the other track, which is gonna be these. Cool. Oh, sorry, let me loop this region. And then I shouldn't even touch those for now, because they're out of whatever. Okay. We'll turn off the vocals, turn everything else on. Fine. What are the vocals doing? Alright. I'm thinking about like what level should this thing be at? Because if it's supposed to be one of those levels which are like, supposed to be in the upfront, then it would be obvious that it's supposed to be in the upfront. But the thing is, it's something painful about it as well. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this has something to be like, like something a little bit like more mellow as opposed to harsh and upfront. And the reason why it's so harsh right now is because it was supposed to be mellow, but because when we made it mellow, it was drowning out so much. So that's why you probably made it like a little bit come through. But at the same time, you have this line over here, which is, my focus is you. And when that happens, I'm thinking, I can't even hear that line. So, let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay. My focus is you. My focus is you. Nice, explosive. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus. Oh, there's lyrics. Okay, hold on. What is this? We have shared a cover. All my pictures saturate. And now I'm just gonna make sure this guy is around between -6 to -12. This makes it easier for me personally. Again, my focus is you, love. It's not hard to choose, love. Yeah, it's clipping, right? Feel so new, love. No problem. You're pulling me through. I swear that it's true. My focus is you. I'll just put a note too. It's not hard to choose, love. It'll feel so new. This is the limiter. It just, I mean, you can make things real loud with it. We have shared a cover. All my pictures saturate. And now. Pretty sick one, isn't it? Alright. Tried mellow didn't sound quite right. Yeah, I agree. I can see why mellow would not sound right. By mellow, I mean like loudness. When you try to make it a bit quiet type of mellow, in order for it to still come through, you gotta add a bit of distortion. Like you gotta pump the gas a little. So I think that's what it is. So let's see. We have. My focus is you. Okay, that's a little quiet. I think, is it? My focus is you. I think this one might be tad bit quiet, so I'm just gonna turn this one up. Make sure it's around. My focus is you. That's loud enough, I think. Focus is you. Put this over here. Pulling me through. My focus is you. All right, good enough. Let's listen with everything. My focus is you. Okay. My focus is you. Alright. So the vocals are in the front, as it's supposed to be. My focus is you. As much as I appreciate the allowing those low ends to come through, I feel like there's a lot of bass as well though, like too much bass. So I'm gonna see what's going on over here with these vocals. I might just like loop this section. My focus is you, 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 my focus is you. My focus is you. Why? Because of the fact that there was like a massive click. I think we can probably find that. But the thing is, there's already reverb and stuff on it. So a lot of processing. So getting rid of that click is not going to get rid of... My focus is... You see that? I think it's this bit over here. You. So if I turn this off, You guys hear that low end? Isn't that pa 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 pa? You hear that? So yeah, that thing is a pain in the ass, right? So that's why we're in this type of situation, and we can't just get rid of that. There's always gonna be I mean, we could, but I don't want to do it right now. The way that you would do it is just like do some high pass, and then you I don't know, just use the simplest way to do it is use a spectral editor. It's something that you can just like, you know, whether it's Acoustica or RX 11 or whatever. Spectral layers, lots of programs. And if you don't want to use that, you can simply try using one of those declick what you call it, like declicking VSTs, right? My focus is you. So over here we have do you see that click that comes through? Even with that thing removed, we still hear a coming through. It's still there. So, you know, like Acorn Digital, Acorn Digital has a declicking one that you can use, and this thing should be able to get rid of the noise if you solo it. Okay. All right, there we go. So this should remove. This is you. No, my focus is you. It's still there. Still there. This is you. This is you. Hey, it's gone. My focus is you. Yeah. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus is you. Yeah, it's pretty much gone. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus is you. Yeah. So, with that being said, you know, see now how it's gone? So you could use like an Acorn Digital or some sort of VST as well. But bloody hell, bro, look at this. I hover over this, 53 milliseconds of latency. It's gonna give a little bit of... Yeah, you're gonna need to pack some resources in a little bit, you know? Keep it simple, just use spectral layers or something. But now I'm not gonna do anything because we're gonna be a little fast about this, right? So we have a lot of these vocals, which I think it sounds pretty nice, right? My focus is you. So now that's my focus is you. He sounds really bassy, not even just like there's so much bass in there. My focus is you. My focus is you. You know, that's not necessary. My focus is you. You don't want to. Focus is you. My focus is you. Okay, and then there's also a lot of that S-ing, right, which I don't think has been tamed. My focus is you. My focus is you. I'm just gonna loop this again because this is like his main line. My focus is you. 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 Shit. Bloody hell. Let's see if we can just tame that. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus is you. Okay, fine. Let's do this one as well. My focus is you. My focus. In fact, let's do some of this. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus is you. And we can maybe just like compensate by bringing those back up again. My focus is you. My focus is you. Okay, and then we just getting these things a little bit wider. Fine. That is the lack of vocal processing. Yeah, I wish I would have gotten these vocals dry. It would have been so cool. And now we come into the horror. That is the lack of vocal processing I did. Uh, oh right, you mean you got these vocals as is, like as you've been sent it? Mm. Ouch.
You can dream in color,
Alright.
but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same.
This is so harsh. I don't know. It's so harsh. I wonder if I can use a Manny triple D or something. Manny triple D. Yeah, I mean, this is a plugin I tend to enjoy using for harshness. From a sample pack, you did reverb, auto-tune, just not any EQ. Okay. Let's see what's going on over here.
You can dream in color, but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same.
Trying to look up for that low end.
My focus is you.
I don't want to get rid of his lows,
It's not
but
hard to choose.
this one does something.
It all feels so new.
Now let's see.
Love, you're pulling me through. I swear that it's true. My focus is you. Love, it's not hard to choose. Love, it all feels so
We're trying to find like that harsh frequency. We're just zoning in on it.
my focus is you.
Okay. Sing.
You can dream in color,
Okay.
but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate.
I think it's here.
And now I won't
Okay. This think is better.
ever see the world the same again. My focus is you, love.
Yeah.
It's not hard to choose, love.
And then the de-essing too.
It all feels so new.
Ouch. Okay. We gotta be hella careful using the de-esser like that. Okay. So that's fine.
Ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now
I do this
I won't
just to find that frequency and I tone it.
ever see the world the same again. My focus is you, love.
I need the
My
S.
focus is you.
Focus is
My
you.
focus is you. My 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 focus is you.
I'm not hearing much of a difference between the freaking. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry too much. I mean, I'll do a little bit just for the shits and giggles.
My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus is you. My focus
I'll just remember
is
that
you.
it's happening. I'm gonna assume it's around here and just leave it alone. Alright. Let's move on, move on, move on. Alright. It shows I have a lot to learn when it comes to working with vocals. Yeah, no, vocals are like a big percentage. They're a massive thing. Yeah, no, I'd be very be really careful. And do you remember how I asked you to like add a clap to the thing right in the beginning? That's not an April Fool's prank. Let me show you what, like, why those are there, right? So whenever you have like an MP3, right? If I put this MP3 in right over here, wow, what the hell? Your track isn't even, this isn't even starting on bar 41. You know why? It's not your fault. It's an MP3. Because MP3s have a little bit of encoding silence in the beginning. So that's why something that I like to do is actually just go right to the beginning. See this clap that you sent me? Find when that clap starts, and then just treat that as like the starting point. So delete this, and then move it back, and there we go. Then I can remove that clap after the fact. You see? Boom. It's almost like a slate, you know? Or when people are trying to do the filming and stuff like that. Alright. Let's see what we have. Alright, so this is the thing which actually works. Oh, bloody mother of. Alright. I don't know why I keep going deaf every time I'm. What's this? Okay. This is a really thick one. I thought it was going to be a high frequency type of thing, but apparently it's a really low end. There's so much bloody low end on that. What the? Okay. It's alright. Let's take a look. It's alright. So we have this thing. We're going to turn this one down so we don't all go deaf together. You know? That doesn't sound exciting, does it? Yeah. You feel like you're deaf? Oh, don't worry. I feel the same way. You know, this one time I had like tinnitus. It lasted like an entire freaking 2 weeks. I thought this was it, game over. I'm gonna be hearing that E note for the rest of my life. It disappeared, and ever since then, I've been very careful about my hearing. You only have one. I only have a pair of Apple earbuds. Well, you know what? You only have one pair of actual ears. So look after them, my friend. Otherwise, you'll be making beats, you'll be producing, you'll be doing some really tight things, but your hearing gets damaged. And your hearing gets damaged, and you try crossing a road, you look left and right, there's no car, so you start crossing the road, and then bam, you get hit by a train. Because you didn't listen to the left and right. Alright, let's see. You have the Alright. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more. Oh, this wasn't even supposed to do anything. Turn this off, this off. Okay. Alright. That's cute. Let's see. This is the bass. Okay. This is... How's that working with the bass? Something's up. You know what I mean? You guys can hear that? It's kind of a bit drowned, and we're not feeling that dun 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 dun, or that punchiness is not coming through anymore. So what do? Well, I mean, there's a lot of transient details all over this entire freaking thing. We can just find a way to pick that out. You know, we can also do some like sidechain compression, which everyone would typically do with a slower attack time. I mean, release time, it kind of makes it a little bit obvious, you know? Let's continue with what we're doing, though. This is simple production for now. This is what it was supposed to sound like, right? Another thing you can do is add a little bit of... I wonder if we could add a gate. Is that possible? Gate. Do. You have tinnitus. Welcome to the stream, guys. How's everyone doing? Who's coming in from Twitch? Who's coming in from YouTube or Kick or whatever? I am very curious, you know, where you guys are coming from and what you guys, yeah. Let's see. Law. Return. There we go. Okay, that's not necessary. We could always just use like a freaking transient shaper. Transient shaper. This kilohertz one is pretty nice. And we can just kind of and then just increase the speed. Okay, I think it was somewhere around here. A little bit. That's what we're looking for. Just a little bit. Just to see what would happen. Sticks out a little bit more. Yeah, that's loud. Funny thing is, the entire group's been turned down by like negative 3.6. So that's actually pretty ridiculous to me. That, yeah. It blows my mind. I don't like putting effects on groups, but sometimes we do it really quickly just to get it out of the way. But you know what, for now I'm not going to do this transient shaper. Even though, you know, it sounds pretty nice. I just want to remove it for now because I don't want to think about it. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do something relative to this. Just EQing. If you can't do it with EQing, there's something we're missing. Okay. Remember we boosted some of these lows over here? That grit sounds nice. It's almost like a bass. You see these fucking contrasts, bro? Like, one thing is boosted in this end, another thing is boosted all the way up there. You know, we're creating contrast. And, you know, it's a way to make things stand out. It's a way to, like, make things, Now over here, I can be like, alright, let's boost that a little bit more. This is a nice wide cue. Whereas this is a much sharper one just below it. So this one looks a little bit like this in comparison, right? And then we can add the sub. I wonder if the like, think about it, what else could work? No? No? Yeah, around here. This would work. You know? It's sweeping across and you feel it, like, this is what the instrument is actually supposed to be. I bet I could do this. We could just use that lower pluck aspect of it. Okay, that's the lowest. Alright, roughly around here. So we have some of that low end. You could even have like something where this digipluck is actually side chaining just the subs in that lower end, so it's like more tightly packed, you know, if we decide to add a compressor. And oh, you know what, we don't even need to do a compressor. We could even do actually, why not? Compressor. And then what we do is just select the side chain from digipluck. Fucking alright. Bass, polyphonic, digipluck 19. Great, so now we have a compressor down here. I know it's behind chat, but we'll get there. We can then quickly sidechain monitor. Alright. External. Alright, so now I can basically just do this, which means what am I doing? I am adding a little bit of a filter before the sidechain. So what that means is it means that we will only affect the signal based on the low frequencies of that digipluck. You know? Okay, and I'm monitoring it. That's why we only hear that low thing. I'm trying to find those transients to come through. All right, fast attack, fast release. Okay. Okay, this sub, it just has clicks in it. I know it's subtle, but together it should work. So if we go into this digipluck, Okay, so now we have those or that while the rest of the sub is just filling in that area. But it's gotten a little bit messier because we haven't done it precisely, so we should be careful with what we add next or whatever, because you can tell there's something messy. Not everything needs to be perfect, but too many imperfections leads to ugly. Okay, another thing we can do. This EQ. Fine, it's pretty, but we can also do this. Add a little bit of width. You know? That way, if there's something else that could be taking up this region, we could honestly just let it kind of reside in the mids. Where it's a bit like, without it feeling too hollow and tinny. Okay. Okay. So we bought a lot of width. We can bring this back up too, because we filled in that space before. You see how we've increased the mids on this region for this instrument? For the same region, for the sides of the other instrument is also boosted. It's not going to take each other over. You're allowed to have a two-dimensional set of spaces. You know, it's not just highs and lows. It's highs and lows in frequency, but then also mids and sides of that frequency, you know? I'm not going to touch that because we determined that this was supposed to be a warmer instrument. Okay. Okay. This one, I know it has something it can contribute. And what I feel like it can contribute is a little bit of warmth in the lower mids. I mean, it's already doing a good job with it, but I wanna layer it with that other thing. A little bit like that. No, we're not gonna remove that. That's not a good idea. Okay. You see the sides over here we're adding? But it's so subtle, just to fill that little gap in a little bit, just a tad bit. And maybe this region doesn't need to be so wide. Maybe a little bit of reduction over there because we have so many other things taking up that spot. So but with that being said, considering we did sacrifice a little bit to the side, like, you know, of the sides, we can always just boost that in the mids a little bit just to kind of lift it up. I mean, since we have that opportunity and, you know, we haven't really occupied that region yet, right? Just be a little bit careful. And the reason why is because for basses, a lot of the times, whenever you get all those harmonics and they're going all the way up, the crap that you see right at the end tend to just practically be noise, you know? With little harmonic information. Like, little tonal information. It's mostly like distortion. So that's something you want to keep in mind. And in regards to explaining things along the way, let's see. half it's explaining things, stopping to explain, yeah, I mean that's the whole point of these streams, right? I mean, we're just trying to like share some knowledge, share some ideas. If you want me to try something out, let me know. Hey, what if you did this? Hey, what if you did that? Please step in. And if it's a bad decision, I will explain why it's a bad decision, then proceed with it anyways, and then you know, see like, okay, well, if we did it like this, then maybe it would have been, you know, like would have been better. Or like, hey, one way, if you want to go down this decision making path, this is what you want to think like, you know. It's not just about like how I think about making music. It's about how, you know, you want to think about making music, but I can assist with that too. You know what I mean? So if you're like, hey, I want to actually do something with the kick. I want to like do this. This is what I have in mind. This is where I want to go. This is why, like, this is the thing I want to think about next. And it's like, all right, cool. If that's what you want to think about next, one thing that would be good is remember while you're doing that, this, right? Or remember that other things are going to start to sound a bit more different, you know, like in relation to it. Like if you suddenly start telling me like, hey, I want to work on the kicks, I'll be like, cool, let's go do that. But if we had to work on the kicks right now, then I would say that like, you know, keep an eye out for the dynamics, because once you mess with the kick, you know, which is fine, go for it. But I wouldn't. I'd leave it at -6. But if we start doing things to the kick, then we should definitely try to readjust the levels so that it's hitting at like -6 or something constantly. So you add a clipper, this, that, whatever you want, you change the sound of it, put it back to -6. And then and then also think about the subs, like the, you know, the subs, the second harmonic, and you also want to think about the balance between the timbre and characteristics versus the subs, you know, off whether it's a kick or a bass or whatever it is. So let's take a look. Let's keep going. Like, reducing the second harmonic will help bring a lot of like, look, this is the bass that we have, right? It's not supposed to be like contrasty and deep and whatever. But watch, second harmonic. We reduce that. Now you already feel a contrast between this. You see that, like, just by reducing this, it makes such a big difference. Obviously, I'm not saying do that right off the bat. I'm just saying, it's a big difference. It's fine. You don't need an EQ here. I don't think it matters. Alright, what's next? Vocals? Why does this kick sound so whack? Okay. think this might be better. Okay. We barely used anything like reverbs and this or that or whatever. We haven't even used like bussing effects, you know, and it still sounds pretty good. Now, of course, there's a lot of things we could do, right? There's a lot of things we could do. At this point, moving forwards, I would say that like, let's see. Oh, there was a piano and all that stuff to mix in too, right? I mean, first thing I would do is just make sure everything is just sitting well together. After that's been done, let's see. Is this transition gonna kill us? There's a piano somewhere. Oh my, there's a piano. Wherever it is.
You can dream in color, but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared, and now I want. You can dream in color, but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared a cover, all my pictures saturate. And now,
Oh, what does this piano even sound like?
same again. My focus is you, love.
Okay, let's try that again. Okay, I know why I did this boost over here on the piano. Because the piano needed some warm reverb, some nice warm reverb. And for that, I'm going to create a return track and do some parallel processing, right? I can use any form of reverb, but I can just honestly use stock. Like, no one's going to get hurt, right? So if I just go on some stock reverb and put that on here, and let's get these sends up. There we go. Let's delete this one here. So we have, where is le piano? Like a grand piano. What was that Nicki Minaj song? Didn't she sing something like that? Like a grand piano. Why does she have to sing it like that? Maybe she thought it was clever. Let's see. Return channels. I prefer them being 100% wet. They should always be generally. Okay. I'm just like, have this routed here into 100% wet reverb, and I'm sticking to only 100% wet. I can act, because reverbs are basically delays. We can make this have like a pre-delay as well, where the entire signal starts a little bit later, just so it impacts a little bit nicer. But that's not necessary in this scenario. The piano is relatively drowned. Ooh, frozen. It's okay. Let's see what's happening with that piano. Where is it? Alright, let's make this a bit louder because I can't hear shit. Alright. Let's make this full. Okay. And then I'm gonna actually reduce the decay time on this. This is there to give like a little bit of stereo width to the low end, right? Yeah, I don't know why it's panning to the right like that. What if I just flip the polarity? I mean... Yeah, okay, maybe not. It's fine. I'll probably just turn this utility off later. But I'm supposed to get some width on the lower area. There we go. Okay. Alright, sweet. Now, if that doesn't give me width, I don't know what will. Oh no, that's too resonant and ugly. There we go. Now, if I turn this off. Bland. Turn on. Is that just a little quiet? It's a shame that the thing that we're hearing is a lot of that resonance for some reason. So, you know what? I'm just gonna cheat it. And just do this. Easy. Alright. And on top of that, we can add a little bit of distortion. Just a little bit. Maybe not even all that. It's a nice way to give it a little bit of width, you know? Alright, let's see. What does it sound like with it now? There we go. See the difference? Versus... So now if we listen with everything...
Since we have shared a cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same again.
I'm gonna turn on those vocals because they're a little complicated for now. Okay, that was a little sweep thing here. Beautiful. I think it could be louder. I know we turned down a lot of things, but that does not need to be one of them. That is like the only S effects that you have. So may as well just turn it up a little bit, you know? What is this focus atmos that you have here, Mr. Mayan? Let's see. What was that? Bro, like, when you're looping sounds, make sure that the sounds feel seamless. It can't be that obvious, you know what I mean? At least do a crossfade or something. It's like a half a second job. Yeah, see? Why? Why? Let's see. Is this where it restarts? No. It is. Okay. Yeah, this bit here. You know how easy this is, dude, to solve? You delete it, move it a little bit, then crossfade the two. Although I did it to the wrong spot, so yeah, you just gotta find the spot. Okay, I'm assuming this is like it's over here. Let me just quickly do that, and then yeah, I'm hearing a yeah, it's a click, literally. Just get rid of it. Okay. Yeah. Find your way. You just gotta crossfade it, you know, where the clip starts. Wait a second. Why even this? What is this? What does this sound? Sounds like an alien. Oh, there's a little click. Oh, it's on this audio clip. That's why it was a bit tricky to find it. Okay, there we go. Well, that shouldn't click anymore. It doesn't click, but it's still, you know, a little bit jarring. So you see? It's not that hard. That's a seamless thing. Just do the crossfade stuff. All right, let's see. What else? Okay, you have a Geiger counter, which is like artificially widened, but it feels artificially widened. I wouldn't do that if I was you. If you want to widen something, you have to double track it in some shape or way or form. I would not do it like that. So, on that note, just out of, you know, compassion, reduce the width of like the lower mids crackling. So you have the, you can cut it out like that, right? You don't have to. You can always just make it so that it's cutting out the sides only, not all of it. We'll keep a little bit, just as a, you know, still jarring, still really jarring. Actually, that's, okay. Fine, whatever. Let's take a look. Okay. No, because it's the vocals.
I won't ever see the world the same.
Why is there so much noise in that guy's vocal?
I won't ever see.
Let's use some noise cancellation. I mean, I think a good way to do ANC is basically... Oh my god, I'm getting so sleepy. Guys, I can't freaking stay awake. I'm gonna have to cut the stream a bit short tonight. Let's see. You add a compressor. You add another chain below it. And then we add like a utility or something, because what we want to do is purely just invert the polarity. So this compressor is gonna have a really infinitely high ratio. We don't need all that filtering crap. Tag, release, who cares? But then the ratio. So this should make 0 sound. But watch this.
Ever see the world the same again? You can dream in color, but I've been living gray. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't.
You see that like annoying hissy crap? So listen to what it was before.
I won't. I won't.
I won't. So
I won't.
you hear that shit, but
I won't.
clean. All right, almost at the 2-hour mark. Oh, that's true. All right, let's see what else we can do real quick before then.
But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate.
All right, let's do some quick vocal parallel stuff. Return track, return track, return track. We're gonna do a bunch of these real quick. So again, I can just use a standard reverb. This one, so this vocal sounds so odd.
But ever since we have
Is it mono?
but ever since we
Fucking hell! All right, let's use a deverb or whatever. See what happens, because honestly, this sounds atrocious. Let's see.
But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now,
You know, do you remember when like Waves plugins actually did something?
but ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now,
Why doesn't it want to do anything?
I won't ever see the world the same.
There's reverb on this. I didn't even put. It is mono, not by choice. Why is this so much reverb? Hold on. Maybe there's like another way to do it. If I just go into edit, see if there's an option to, you know, have it both ways. So we have this vocal. Okay.
You can dream in color. Since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate.
Wait. I don't hear reverb. Bro, it's because... No. There was reverb on the freaking bus, dude. What the hell's going on over here? Why is there an EQ like this? Why am I overcorrecting? What's going on? Oh.
You can dream in color.
Oh!
But I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate.
Okay, I messed up big time. Okay, I'm gonna admit to this mistake. I did not know there was a reverb on this freaking bus. That's why it's been acting such a. I thought it was like a mono reverb type of thing. And additionally, I put a bunch of these things on because of this massive freaking shape, which sounded good last time, but doesn't sound good anymore. So yeah, I guess it's time to restart, right? Okay. Well, I should, but I can't be bothered, so no, I'm not gonna restart. But we're gonna keep going. I corrected some issues.
You can dream in color. But
Alright. So what's gonna happen is this one over here.
you can dream in color. But I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. But now I won't ever see the world the same again. You can dream in color, but I've been living great.
So this reverb over here, the function of it is to make it sound like he's actually in the room that he's recording in, right? So we listen to that now, like his vocal versus that reverb.
You can dream in color, but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now,
Right? Next reverb, something that is gonna do that, but for the lower end without it being so, you know, it needs a little bit more decay time so it doesn't like sound so phasey and all that crap. I mean, something we can do over here even is just like maybe get rid of some of those low frequencies just because.
you can dream in color,
Yeah,
but I've been living great.
you know?
But ever since we have shared our cover, oh,
You can hear like how that reverb is mostly contributing towards a bit more of a like as if the person's in an actual physical room recording their vocals on a, you know, yeah, drum room reverb on the vocal bus. Yeah, be skeptical though. I don't know. You just want to make sure the decay time and the room size is really small. Mm. Because drum room reverb is probably a type of convolution reverb. What is a convolution reverb? A convolution reverb is a type of reverb that uses an IR, or otherwise known as an impulse response, to emulate the sound of a room, you know, like the reflections of a room. And how do they get an impulse response? What is an impulse response? An impulse response is when you have like a burst of white noise inside of a cave, church, cathedral, room, whatever. And you have a bunch of, and like, what happens is that burst of white noise goes out, it reflects back, and it comes back in. And that gives you like a bit of a profile as to what the location sounds like, you know? So yeah. And that's the idea of convolution. Drum room reverb, if it's convolution reverb, that's something. If it's a shape or form of algorithmic, then that's another. You know, so if it's algorithmic, it might sound a lot cleaner and stereo and nice and wide and everything like that. Might have a good time with it. Um, so yeah, like definitely have a good. Just take a look. At the difference between, you know, algorithmic and convolution. So we know that one has been done. I'm gonna start sending another signal in.
but I've been living great. But picture saturate. And now I won't
Look how beautiful and smooth that sounds.
ever see the
With the low
world the
frequencies,
same
I've made it so that
again.
a lot of
You
the
can dream
room size is
color,
larger, but the decay time is
but
still
I've
pretty
been
small.
living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now
I'm being a little bit more generous with those values.
I won't ever see the world the same again.
All right.
You can dream color, but I've been living gray. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my
I'm looking at
pictures
over here
saturate.
the RMS
And
because
now
I'm feeling a lot of weight on my right ear for some reason.
I
It shouldn't be as
won't
likely to happen, but apparently it's happening, so
ever see the world the same
we do need to be a bit skeptical.
again. You can dream color,
Because if I do this,
but I've been living gray.
I'll get some of.
But ever since we have
Still
shared
feels
our
heavy on my
cover,
right
all
ear.
my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same
All right, it's fine for me.
again.
All right.
You can dream color, but I've been living gray. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't
Yeah, around 600 milliseconds. So now we've come to the
ever see
point
the
where
world the same
you have
again.
this nice low type of reverb.
You can dream in color, but I've been living gray.
You have this other reverb, which
But
is
ever since
a
we
little bit
have
lower
shared our cover,
in,
all my
you know?
pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same
Sweet.
again.
Let's take a look.
You can dream in color,
See how rich that
but I've
sounds?
been living gray. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate.
You see?
And now
Doesn't that sound like some rich, freaking expensive vocal now? So yeah. And then we can add like another type of reverb, which is going to be something that kind of lays underneath a little bit. And by the way, if anyone, no one can accuse me of using like some expensive or like buying lots of rare things or whatever. I'm using stock plugins. I know there's that Pro Q4, but come on, it's an EQ. I'm not even using like other crazier things on it. So we have this one. Gonna let this one kind of ring, but it really depends on what the other instruments are saying. So let's listen to everything else. Oops.
you can dream in color, but I've been
I'm just trying to like this one. I'm chill with like just being something that lays underneath of the main vocal. Does not need to be loud at all.
you can dream in color, but I've been living gray. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't
There we go.
ever see the world the same again. You can dream in color, been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same again. You can dream in color, but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same again. You can dream in color, but I've been living great.
And then we have another reverb, but this time with a delay and something that could maybe, yeah, maybe a delay, yeah, delay type reverb type thing. You know, because a delay is part of a room or a, you know, cave or something. Like a setting, you know. And reverbs are basically just delays that work really fast. With a few more things to keep in mind, but other than that, yeah.
You can dream in color, but I've been
Wait a second. Oh, it did duplicate. Okay, so I can just move this one over if I want to hear then. And just turn off this, turn off that.
You can dream in color, but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I again. You can dream in color, but I've been living. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the
Okay,
world the same.
I like this. I like this call and response type of thing up in the high end.
Shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't
That's
ever see the
cool.
world the same.
I'll quickly bounce the stuff over here, and this time we'll do some lower frequency stuff. So this would be, where is it?
But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same again. You can dream in color, but I've been living great.
There you go, a little bit of blend.
And now I won't ever see the world the same again.
So
You can dream in color, but I've been living great.
isn't that like already sounding so expensive and high quality? The production quality feels unreal. It's sounding like, you know, yeah. So this is what happens when we do parallel processing of reverbs and things, and instead of just like stacking things on in one freaking channel, right? Mm. All right, let's see what it sounds like with everything.
You can dream in color, but I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same again. My focus is you, love. It's not hard to choose, love. It all feels so new, love. You're pulling me through, I swear that it's true.
I turn off this
My focus is you,
right for this little build-up area.
it's not hard to choose, love. It all feels so new, love.
He is chorusing back and forth too often.
Through. My focus is you. My focus is you.
Okay, so the reason why I'm a little bit like, oh my god. Okay. Wow. All right. Before I crash out, my focus is you, and there's this freaking, I don't know, some turtle sex sound effects. What was it? This thing. There's got to be another way to do that sound. It sounds like that tortoise sex video. You can look it up on YouTube. It's there. All right. So, I think the mix is okay for now.
But I've been living great. But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures saturate. And now I won't ever see the world the same again. My focus is you, love. It's not hard to choose, love. It all feels so new, love. You're pulling me through, I swear that it's true. My focus is you, love. It's not hard to choose, love. It all feels so new, love. You're pulling me through, my focus is you.
Yeah, the all that stuff is perfect. I love it. That one. That one's a little weird one. I think that one you can probably. I think if you're doing formant shifting, maybe try changing the formants a little bit. It sounds like it's like, you know. See if you can do something about that one. But other than that, I freaking love this. I was jamming out. Yeah. If it's like an MMMMH type of thing, or HMMMMM thing, then that's cool. But the second it becomes HEEEEAAAH, then it's a little bit strange. You know. Yeah.
My focus is you.
I think the issue is a specific frequency or like Is it possible to remove that lower octave one? Yeah, I think it might be that lower octave one that's kind of making that happen. 'Cause this makes it sound. This is not turtle sex. And if you're gonna do that, ha, you gotta bring that ha back.
It's not hard to choose. You're pulling me through. My focus is you. My focus is you. You're pulling me through. My focus.
Okay. That way you don't get that weird turtle sex over here. But you get the nice low end on those other areas. Alright, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. I think that sounds pretty alright for now. Maybe we definitely have to do another session when I'm not freaking crashing out. But yeah. This is lovely. This is a really fun song to work on. I mean, there weren't really anyone. I don't think there was anyone else in the stream this time. So you know, we didn't really go through the house party things or whatever, or take a look at what they've got going on. So thankfully, we were able to get some things done. But yeah, okay. I would say that, like, okay, let's see. It's already coming to life. You guys can smell it, right? Like, it's already coming a bit more to life. And we're not even, like, using all of the returns and everything like that.
You can dream in color, but I've been living great.
Yeah, a little reduction.
But ever since we have shared our cover, all my pictures
Saturate.
And now
Alright.
I won't ever see the world the same again. My focus is you, love. It's
Well, that was an instrument we had to turn on.
love. It all feels so new, love. You're pulling me through. I swear that it's true. My focus is you.
Is there like an instrument that just isn't turning on? What's going on? It can't just be that, surely. Hold on. Uh, okay. And then he goes into like a pre-chorus.
My focus is you, love. It's not hard to choose, love. It all feels so new,
But
love.
no way.
You're pulling me through. I swear that it's true. My focus is you, love.
Really? There's nothing else? Is it looping like that for like the whole thing? Have I not turned some tracks on? Okay. I don't understand why. Sure. And I was expecting something a little bit more like, you know. Like, maybe like a little bit of a...
The same. My focus is you, love. It's not hard to choose, love. It all feels so new, love. You're pulling me through. I swear that it's true. My focus is you, love. It's not hard to choose, love. It all feels so new, love. You're pulling me through. My focus is you.
Oh yeah, you did say that 3 times.
My focus is you, love. It's not hard to choose, love. It all feels so new, love.
Yeah, sorry if I'm not like able to pay attention. I am actually collapsing. I think that, this, I'm starting to become a bit annoying. Not even to you, for myself. Holy crap. Oh man, I'm so sleepy. We can do this next week and do it properly. I'm trying to get my sleep schedule a little bit more, catered towards these streams. Next week I want to try something a bit different. I want to try doing like something so that it's like you can do it on your phone. I also have some questions in mind. And I'm hoping that I can, I'm trying to like find a way to switch up these live streams, make them a little bit more fun and entertaining, more interesting, if anything. I want to figure out what it is. That sounds like a fun little journey. Trying to do like vertical. You know what? That's gonna be really interesting because if I'm doing vertical, then what ends up happening is I'm going to have to um use Ableton like this tiny. So this will be interesting. Doing big projects on this type of a live set. And yes, it will just be trimmed down to like something this thin. And so that'll be interesting. Oh, there's a plugin I have to open. I have to put it right over there. So it'd be all inside of this like tiny little space. Yeah. I want to try that out. It'd be a fun challenge, and it'd be a way to check if like, hey, um, you know, it's engaging. It helps, like, or the accessibility of being able to watch it on the phone is a bit nice, so yeah. Anyways, um let's see, I got a bunch of DMs. which game we used for. Oh my god, that's a bad timing to ask a question. Let's see. Okay. Well, I guess that's pretty much the gist of tonight. First thing I'm gonna do, go for a smoke. Second thing, brush my teeth. Third thing, get in bed. There is no fourth thing because I'd be gone by the time I get in bed. I'd be just collapsed. So yeah, it's gonna be a lovely evening. Yeah. And guys, please come by next week again. This is gonna be a lot more interesting because hopefully I'll actually be awake. I have been working so hard lately. You know, there's some stuff I wanted to do with Track Train. I've sent over like a proposal, and let's hope to God it works out, because if it does, we could all have a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. We could have like a cache of like so many beats to look through and work with. We could do some polling, some live things, and a lot of very interesting ways to, you know, keep things stupidly engaging. I think we'd have a lot of fun. I've got some like programs that I want to create as well, you know, for this type of thing. You guys have seen the stuff I've made already, you know, from that the LEFS like the distribution platform emulator. There's the metadata, like the proprietary shit, which has been great for industry standard metadata for things like FLAC. There's been, yeah, quite a lot of things. A lot of things. It's been amazing. There's also been that, you know, little secret program that's been, you know, worked on to get rid of the whole like stereo busing, aka mastering process altogether for the most noobiest of noobs. Whatever it sounds like on to put it simply, that software is like, oh, you listen to a nice song on Spotify and then you listen to your one. Why is your one so quiet? Well, I wish you had a little bit more high end on it. What if you were on Spotify and were able to like turn up like the EQ in a way that everyone can hear it? So you turn it up, you know what it's gonna sound like. All you did is go back in time, and now everyone is gonna be able to hear that new change in a way, you know? Basically, almost like you're making tweaks to your song while you're listening to it on Spotify itself, but not really, you know? By not really, I mean, you're not actually hacking Spotify and just whatever, but you'll have the resources within this tool to get the experience of being able to get a master. Normalized, LUFS, everything. As you're editing it, it will tweak it to those parameters. Yeah. It's yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, predictive stuff. I'm thinking that a smart way to do it would be to get an impulse response and use that to calculate based on, you know, like which buffer is being calculated, like or being like currently measured. I mean, so that will be compelling. These programs will be some of the more fun parts of everything. But other than that, you know, the weird thing is, right, when it comes to these streams, I don't actually even know how to end these, so it kind of becomes a really weird situation, or like, not weird, but one of those abrupt ones where, because of not knowing how to end it, it just kind of happens.